Brain chips, the next big thing. We're going to discuss whether this is really good for humanity or not. I'm sure everyone has heard about these, and it's all over the internet, surfacing everywhere, so stay tuned. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Country Investor. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So in this video, as you can tell from the thumbnail, we're going to talk about Elon Musk's Nuralink brain chips. If you haven't heard, the brain chip is something that gets implanted in the brain. Our brain is composed of electrical signals. Those electrical signals have been able to be read by scientists to determine, if I want to pick up my left arm, my brain sends a signal, and they're picking up that signal knowing, okay, that signal means picking up my left arm. Vice versa, right arm, same signal, you can pick up your right arm. So this chip is going to be implanted in your head without wires, usually running off of Bluetooth or any other type of software. So with that being said, now people who are disabled, completely no movement over their body, can now control things on a screen, can now type, can now do things that they weren't unable to do using this chip. So it's revolutionary, it's groundbreaking, it's never really been done before at this scale. So to kind of answer that question, is this really that good for humanity? My short answer is yes, with some stipulations on it. If it's used correctly, if it's used appropriately and not abused, because I believe this is going to be a big moneymaker in the future. And I'll tell you the reasons why later, but I think there's a lot of money to be made in this. And when there's a lot of money, you attract a lot of people, both good and bad. So that's my concerns with this Nuralink brain chips that they're coming out with. So if you haven't heard, they have just gotten approval to start doing human trials with the brain chips. So with that, particularly, I would think that they would start aiming towards people who are unable to move, who are more willing to jump on board with this brain chip, because what do they have to lose? People who are disabled in a way where they are unable to move, paralyzed, essentially for life. A lot of them, a lot of these people, I'm sure, want to be able to interact in a normal way as much as possible. So I feel like, yes, it's going to help those people out, and I'm not against it. I definitely think it's, better for humanity if it stays in that area, if it stays towards helping. They've talked about helping people with, obviously paralyzed people who may not have motor functions, but also people who have dementia and Parkinson's and any other type of brain or motor function disorders. And I know a lot of people who have those issues. So I think it's a good idea and I love it. I'm all for it. But the problem comes whenever, regular people like me who may not be disabled, hopefully never get there either, but want to start taking this brain chip to enhance their mental capacity or to enhance their brain superpower. That's where it concerns me a little bit, is because you have such a powerful, revolutionary, game-changing idea, game-changing product, and now you may have issues where people may try to abuse this power because, we're all creatures in some sort of way, and a lot of us like the easy route. If you don't have to read a book, if you don't have to watch YouTube videos, you can just implant a chip, and now you can have all the information across the whole world in your head on a chip downloaded. I can see a lot of people wanting to do this because it's easy, it's simple. I studied psychology for a bit and also studied biology in college. And one of the things that always stuck with me in psychology is people will always take the easiest route. So aside from that, it's true, people, for the most part, 99% of people will always take the easiest route because it takes the less amount of work, understandably. So I kind of look at this similar to a lot of products that come out into the world, not only in the medical field, but any other area or space. Take Facebook, for example. It was mainly made for, college students to be able to interact on campus, and maybe, after that they started branching out into other campuses. But now look at the whole world. The whole world is online on Facebook. It's expanded. Why? Because there's a market there. There's money to be made. There's profits. People are going to follow the profits. So in this case, when I'm looking at Nuralink, I believe the intention is good. I think the intention right now is good for it, but there is going to be some branching off or someone new who may come along and do something similar, and now they're going to be selling it out to the masses. And now you're going to have people who are human, regular humans, able-bodied humans, who are going to have these super chips in their head. And that's what kind of scares me when I think about it. Just swallowed a bug. That's what kind of scares me when I think about it, because it's going to remove a lot of the human elements that make us human. You're not really going to know who's human, who's not, or who's speaking from their heart, or who's speaking from them, or a chip. Now, besides that, I guess going back to helping the people who actually it's intended for, I love it. I think it's a great idea. You never know, I may end up in a position where I am disabled and I may need a chip. Right now, I'm not on board with getting a chip, but I can't say in 50 years if something happens to me, I wouldn't be willing to do it. But right now, I am not. And again, because I'm able-bodied. But for those people who are not able-bodied and in that position, I can understand why they may want to take that chip on, because it gives them hope, it gives them a chance to live a normal life, or as normal as possible. So I can understand that. But on the other side of it, I mean, who's going to be in charge of the software? Can it be manipulated? Can it be changed? Can it be altered? You know, like a reboot on any other type of electronic device. There's malfunctions. I mean, what's going to happen when this stuff, when these issues occur? Not only that, who's going to control these devices? You know, you don't want these devices to get hacked, which is one thing that happens with electronics. Everything gets hacked. It's just, you know, people figure out ways to hack it. If there's a will, there's a way. Someone's going to find out a way to hack it if it's hackable. Aside from that, what if you get some bad actors? What if you get a bad company who, I wouldn't want to say world domination, but wants to control people to make them believe a certain way? And the reason I say that is because if I'm looking at social media now, they're pushing a lot of the transgender and all of that pride stuff towards the masses. So what if those people who have those chips implanted in their heads, that same company has, you know, certain beliefs that they want to push onto other people? Now they don't even have to talk to you. They can just boop, 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 transfer it over, and now it's in your head. Now you have that belief. Now you see things the way they see things. What's stopping them from doing that? Those are my only concerns. Again, I think what's intentionally intended for, I think it's a great idea. I love it. I'm all for helping those people out, because you never know who, when, or whatever may happen, and you may find yourself in that situation, or you may find somebody super close to you that you truly love that may need that chip. So that's the reason I am for it. But again, there's too much money on the table, I see, in this medical space, because it's so revolutionary, that I see it being a problem, or being expanded to maybe the wrong people, to the wrong markets, or bad companies getting a hold of that. That's the only thing I'm I guess worried about. Now, just morally, I guess, speaking, or biblically speaking, I don't want to get too, I guess, religious on YouTube or anything like that, but the mark of the beast, if you're a Christian or Catholic, maybe even some other religions, I'm not too familiar with other religions, but if you believe in that stuff, you know, what if this is the mark of the beast? We don't, I guess, really know what it is. You know, you're taking a chip that is controlled by somebody, somewhere, you know, somehow. What if that's the beginning of that? What if that is the beginning of mass control, or the mark of the beast, as they say? Again, I don't want to get too religious on it, but I do believe in a God, and I do believe in the Bible. So my mind kind of does go there, kind of does venture off and think, you know, is this what they're referring to in the Bible? So just something to think about. Again, who knows? We can't predict the future. I don't know the future. Maybe this doesn't get out to bad people, and it turned out to be a really great thing, and it's used just for the scientific community to help better patients. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Maybe they are able to expand on this and to help cure more diseases, more illnesses. I've read that possibly even blindness, they can even correct possibly blindness using this chip. Again, because a lot of this stuff is just electrical signals being sent to the brain. And sometimes those electrical pathways, say you have a little highway, as I would call it. You have a little highway, you have that signal coming in here. But if you have something that's dead, you have like basically a blockage. If it's good here, but it's dead right here in the middle, that electrical signal is passing, but it can't pass anymore because the highway's gone. It's dead. There is nothing there. So it can't just skip over and continue on. So that's what this thing is basically filling. It's filling in those voids where those signals would normally travel. There's a lot more science behind it that I don't even understand, but I'm trying to give you the best explanation that I can to it. But yeah, I hope this turns out to be a really, really good idea. I think it is a good thing for humanity if used appropriately, if used correctly, and not used inappropriately, which is my fear. Again, like I said, there's a lot of money involved in this. There's a lot of money to be made in this. And when you have a lot of money, you're going to have a lot of problems, unfortunately, with, you know, bad actors. But in the end, I would say yes, it is good for humanity. Personally, right now, I am not interested in getting a chip. Even if it was produced to the masses, I really don't care for it right now. I like the struggles and I like learning. I like the scrapes and bruises I have gained along the way. That's what makes me human. It's what gives me joy in the journey. So let me know down in the comments, would you get chipped if it was widely available for everyone in the masses, everyone in the public? Would you get chipped? Again, you can follow me on zenfulwarrior.com. I'll leave it all down below. And until next time, guys, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys later. Bye-bye.